Testing, testing. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Hello, hello. Testing, testing.
enjoy and welcome into the second home game for the Auburn Doubledays. Tonight's game is between Auburn and the Newark Pilots. Good evening, everyone. My name is Evan Crocchio, alongside Ryan Story. Ryan, great to have you tonight.
Yeah, I'm excited to get going. I know last game we had a few technical difficulties, but the Auburn Doubledays have gotten off to a great start this season.
Yes, that's right. The Auburn Doubledays are 2-0 coming into this one. So what do you know about them in those two games? Well, they beat Geneva on June 4th. The final score was 12-2. Of course, that was Auburn's first game of the season and their first home game of the season here at Falcon Park. It was a 7-inning run rule. Then from there, they beat Newark yesterday. They beat that final score being 12-0. It was an 8-inning run rule. So the Doubledays have been hot. And the first game for them, it was the first inning that they got off to a huge start. 11 runs in the first inning alone.
Yeah, and I thought that second game might have been even more impressive because the first game was truly just one inning. Yes, obviously the pitching and the defense had to be good to sustain the run rule, but last game we saw dominance from the first inning all the way to the eighth.
Apologies about that little technical error there, but for right now, let's meet the starting pitcher for the Auburn Doubledays. That is William Baker III out there wearing number 14. He is a righty out there on the mound. The Auburn Doubledays are in their home white uniforms, and the Newark Pilots are in their road dark blue navy uniforms. Now let's meet the infield and outfield for the Auburn Doubledays. From left to right in the infield, over at third base, that's Zach Spurger. At shortstop, that is Jade Madrid. At second base, William Ragland. And at first base, over there, we have Braden Michelson. And first pitch is just about underway here at Falcon Park as Baker comes set, kicks, deals. The pitch is taken for a strike. First pitch fastball down the middle, and we are underway here at 6:35 p.m. Next pitch on the way, and that one gets away from Baker there. Slipped away from him completely. Went over the head. The first batter for the Pilots, that's Jonathan Rodriguez, wearing number 2, a righty. He's the shortstop tonight for the Pilots. Next pitch on the way from Baker. That's swung on and missed. Count is 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, that is. Out there in left field for the Auburn Doubledays, that's Teddy Monahan. Center field, George Farley. Right field, Colin Hogg. Baker comes set, kick, steals the pitch, and this one swung on a miss. There's a strikeout for William Baker III to get things going here in the top of the first. Showing no signs of having that pitch bother him whatsoever. And with that, that'll bring up Angel Gomez, the center fielder, wearing number 14 for the Pilots. Pitch from Baker. That's cut on and missed. 4 strike 1. That pitch is roped into right field, and it'll drop for a base hit. It bounces, and that's a ground rule double as it kicks over the wall. Saw it right away. Every Doubledays fielder held up their hands. That's a stand-up double for Angel Gomez. That bounces over the wall to get things going for the Pilots. Just like that, that'll bring up the third batter in the Pilots lineup. That's the righty Connor Wright. He's playing third base for them. Connor Wright comes into this one. He's 1 for 4. Hits at this one. It's back there in right field, and it's caught in the warning track. Great catch there out at right field by Colin Hogg, but tagging up on that one is Angel Gomez. So that's the second out in the game. That's an F9 in the books, but Gomez does advance as he tags up. With that, that'll bring up the cleanup batter, Aiden Davenport. He's playing left field tonight. Runner in scoring position, 90 feet away from scoring. He's a lefty. The 0-0. That's a breaking ball that gets away from Baker. Counts 1-0. Davenport comes in this one 1 for 3. Next pitch. Called strike down Broadway. No swing at that one. Counts tied at 1-1. That pitch is chopped on first base side. Braden Michelson collects it, steps on the bag for the easy out. Run will not score. That's 3 up. No runs, 1 hit for a ground rule double. That runner is left stranded. 0-0. We're going to make our way to the bottom of the first for the Auburn Doubledays at-bats. We'll be right back on the Auburn Doubledays YouTube channel. We're back for the bottom of the first inning. Drew up to the plate for the Auburn Doubledays. That's Jaden Madrid. He watches that one go by for a ball, and we are underway here in the bottom of the first. Madrid listed as shortstop tonight. Going to face off against Kyung Seo Min for the Pilots. The pitch. And this one's cut on towards second base. Miles Castillo collects it. Throw to first. Is in time, but it looks like it got away from him a little bit. Kind of short-armed it, but nonetheless, that's a 4-3 put out for the first out here in the bottom of the first inning. And with that, that'll bring up William Ragland III. What do we know about Ragland? Well, he is 1 for 1 on the season, batting 1,000. This is his second at-bat. He has 2 walks on the season, has an RBI. He takes that one for a ball. Count is 1-0. Min kick steals the pitch. Cut on and missed. Counts tied at 1-1. Min kind of out there looking like a submarine sidearm pitcher. Pitches from the windup. Goes down on an arm angle. Like that. Beautiful pitch there from Min. Count is 1-2. Ragland set in the box. Min kicks, deals the pitch. This one swung on and missed. There's the throw to first, and he is out. A strikeout in the books for Min.
That was a drop third strikeout. So just like that, the Doubledays are down to 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. And like you said earlier, Ryan, the Doubledays have been hot in the first inning the past 2 games, but right now, 2 outs. Teddy Monahan drew up to the plate. Well, what do we know about him so far is he can hit the ball very far when he connects with it. He had a home run in the first game, a 3-run home run, that is, against Geneva. He's working with a 0-1 count, 2 outs, no one on. Hits that one, just gets past the glove of Min. Running in is Rodriguez. Throw to first. Not in time. He's safe. First hit of the game for the Auburn Doubledays as the shortstop, Jonathan Rodriguez, could not get to first in time. Monahan on first, and with that, that'll bring up the catcher, Jose Taveras. He's wearing number 34. He's set in the box. Already off of first base is Monahan. Min pitching from the stretch now. Kick steals the pitch, and this one's fouled back against the fence. Count is 0-1. Jose Taveras from Clearmont, Florida. Played his college ball at Tallahassee State College. The pitch to him. Right down the middle for 0-2 count. No budge there from Taveras. Down in the count is the catcher for the Doubledays. Going to have to choke up on this one. The 0-2. There goes Monahan. Gets away from the catcher, Hines. He's making a turn towards third, but he stays put at second base. Good heads-up play there by Teddy Monahan to pick up the stolen base off of a wild pitch. Runner in scoring position for the Auburn Doubledays early on here in the bottom of the first. 1-2 count to Taveras. On deck is Zaxberger. Min gives Monahan a look. Hook steals the pitch. And this one, same location, but great stop there from Hines. Counts tied at 2-2. Min giving the runner a look again. Keeping him close as Castillo. The pitch. And this one gets away again from Min and Hines. And there's a stolen base off of a wild pitch again for Monahan. Runner 90 feet away from scoring for the Auburn Doubledays. Let's see if they can capitalize off of this, which the Pilots were unable to do in the top of the first. Castillo going out to the mound, going to give his starting pitcher a brief pep talk, calm down his nerves. But Min comes set from the stretch, not even looking at the runner, gives him one look there, kick steals the pitch, and this one's fouled back well over the birthday deck here at Falcon Park. It's a beautiful day here at Falcon Park, looking like it was going to storm earlier before the game started, but the storm has passed. It is bright and sunny. Full count approach to Taveras, the pitch, and this one's cut on, going towards third base. Right collects it, throw to first is in time, so the Doubledays leave a runner stranded. It is a 0-0 ball game. We're going to make our way to the top of the second inning. We'll be right back on the Auburn Doubledays YouTube channel. We are back for the top of the second inning. Due up to the plate for the Newark Pilots. That's number 15, the right fielder, Aiden Bolin. Still up there on the mound. It's William Baker the third. He kick steals the pitch, and that is in there for a ball. We are underway here at the top of the second. Aiden Bolin is batting zeros on the season. He's had 3 at-bats. This is his 4th. Looking for his first hit of the season here against Baker. Next pitch to him is cut on and fouled back. Count is 1-2. Baker ahead. In the first inning, the Pilots left one stranded if you're just joining us, and so did the Auburn Doubledays. It's 0-0 here in the top of the second. Evan Crocio bringing you tonight's action. The pitch, and this one's going to be hit towards the shortstop, Jaden Madrid, who collects it. Throw to first. A bit low, but a great scoop over there at first by Braden Michelson to pick up the first out. That's a 6-3 put out for the first out here in the top of the second. And with that, that'll bring up Jason Romance, the first baseman, wearing number 31, a righty for the Pilots. It's the second game that he has appeared in. It's his 5th at-bat on the season. He has 1 hit. The pitch, and that's a ball below the knees, outside, counts 1-0. Baker gets his signs from his catcher, Tavares. Kick steals the pitch. A disgusting breaking ball that drops in there for a strike. Counts tied at 1-1. The pitch just misses the outside corner of the plate. Count is 2-1. 1 out here. Baker. The pitch. And that almost gets away from Tavares there. Good stop. However, count is 3-1, and calling timeout is Jason Romance. Going to take his time before this next pitch. Steps back in the box after a moment of breath there. He's well ahead in the count, 3-1. Baker kick steals the pitch. And that's ball 4. Making his way towards first base is Jason Romance. So with that, that'll bring up the 7th batter in the Pilots lineup, Carlos Jara. He's the designated hitter tonight, working with 1 out and a runner on first. The first game that Jara has appeared in so far this season. He hits this one towards Madrid. He's going to have to run in, throw to second. Is in time. Madrid gets the lead runner off of a beautiful grab there at the shortstop position for the second out. So Jara's on first due to the fielder's choice. Romance tries to go towards second base, but he's out. And with that, that'll bring up Miles Castillo, the second baseman. Baker giving the runner on first a look. The pitch, and that's high for ball 1. Miles Castillo, this is the second game that he has appeared in, his 4th at-bat on the season. Has 1 hit, 1 RBI. That one's called strike, counts tied at 1-1. Baker kick steals the pitch, and this one's going to be roped into left field and will drop for a base hit. Going to third base is Jara. The throw to third, not in time. A base hit single for Miles Castillo to keep the inning alive and advance Jara to third base. 2 hits on the game so far for the Newark Pilots. Runners on the corners with 2 outs. And with that, that'll bring up Sam Hines, the catcher.
Dealing with Castillo on first, Jara on third. And that was a beautiful grab out there in left center field. The throw was on the money, but unfortunately just missed with the tag. That one's called a strike. No budge there from Hines. Counts 0-1. The pitch. And this one's cut on and missed. Count is 0-2 to Hines. This is Hines' third at-bat on the season. Still looking for his first hit, working with a 0-2 count. Both runners off their bases, 2 outs. Baker kick steals the pitch. And that one's low. Great stop there from Jose Taveras to keep the runners on their bases. None of them budge. Michelson doing a good job keeping Castillo close on first. Baker kick steals the pitch, and this one's caught on towards Madrid. The flip to second is in time. Madrid having himself an inning here. In the top of the second, picks up another out. That'll do it. We're going to make our way to the bottom of the second inning for the Auburn Doubledays at bats. Still a tied game at 0-0. We'll be right back on the Auburn Doubledays YouTube channel. We are back for the bottom of the second inning. Zach Sperger due up to the plate. He's the third baseman tonight for the Auburn Doubledays. Going to face off against Min still. The pitch. And that one clips him. There's a free base for Zach Sperger to get things going for here for the Auburn Doubledays in the bottom of the second. George Farley due up to the plate, working with a runner on first base. He's the center fielder tonight for the Auburn Doubledays. Sperger already off of first base. The pitch. And that's a great stop there from Hines. Keep the runner on first base. On deck for the Doubledays is Colin Hogg, playing right field tonight. Min comes set from the stretch. Sperger looking like he might go, and he dekes out the catcher and the pitcher, and he stays at first base, but that one drops in there for a strike. Counts tied at 1-1. Looked like Sperger was going to make his way towards second, but instead he holds up. Let's see what he does here as he's gotten the attention of Hines and Min. Min throws back to first. Great pickoff move, not in time, however. Min kick steals the pitch, and that is out of the zone for a ball.
George Farley. This is his third at bat on the season, still looking for his first hit. The pitch. And that one's low as well. Count is 3-1. And Min's going to take his time before this next pitch. He's down in the count and already has given up a runner on first. Min. Kick steals the pitch. And that one gets away from the catcher, Hines. That is ball 4. And Farley was looking like he didn't know it was going to be ball 4. So he's stuck on second base. Great eyes there from George Farley to work a walk. And with that, that'll bring up Colin Hogg, the right fielder. This is his second game that he's appeared in. 2 walks on the season. He's 1 for 1 hitting-wise. He's working with 2 runners on, 1 in scoring position. Both runners off their bases. Castillo over there at second, keeping Spurger close. The pitch from Min. A slider, just misses. On deck, behind Hogg, is Chase Moore, the DH. Castillo still keeping Spurger close, who's dancing around, getting the attention of Min. The pitch. And that was in there for a strike. Counts tied at 1-1. Spurger still dancing around, the 1-1, and that drops in there for a strike. Count is 1-2, and Min has collected himself from the last at-bat where he gave up a walk. The 1-2, and that one's high for a ball. Count is tied at 2-2. Min comes set from the stretch, already giving Spurger a look. Castillo keeping him close. The pitch. And that one gets away from Min, who's in trouble now. Was ahead in the count 1-2, and just like that, it is full. An interesting at bat here. A walk would load the bases. A strikeout would be the first out of the bottom of the second. Min kick steals the pitch. And this one's chopped on, fouled back our way. Hogg stays alive. Then gives Spurger a look again. Kick steals the pitch. And this one's hit in the air in the infield. Should be an infielder. Should be a pop-up that should have been an out. It is dropped by Connor Wright. And the runners will advance. Castillo went to tag the runner. So the ruling here should be an infield fly. And the batter is out, even though it was dropped, because there were runners on first and second. And that's what I was trying to say, but I was stumbling over my words. But the field umpire called it a tad bit late, so that's why there's confusion. The rule is less than 2 outs, runners on first, second, or first, second, and third. It's an infield fly, and the batter is automatically out, no matter if it's dropped or not. And that's what they're going to say here. So Hogg is out, but since it was dropped, the runners are allowed to advance. So on second base is George Farley. On third is Spurger. There's 1 out. No one on first. Chase Moore drew up to the plate. A lefty. He's the designated hitter tonight. Chase Moore, this is his 4th at-bat on the season. He's got 2 hits, 3 RBIs, 1 extra base hit. The pitch to him, and this one's cut on and missed. Moore swinging for the fences on that one. Counts tied at 1-1. So 2 runners in scoring position for the Auburn Doubledays. Base hit here would be huge for Moore. The pitch. No budge there from the home plate umpire. Count is 2-1. Chase Moore from Alcorn State University from Lexington, Kentucky. Working with a 2-1 count. The pitch from Min. In there for a strike. That's strike 2. Great pitch there from Min to find the inside corner of the plate to the lefty. And now a 2-2 count. Moore's choked up a little bit on the bat. Min giving the runners a look. Hicks steals the pitch. And this one swung on and missed. Min had Moore chasing that one, and that's the second strikeout on the game for Min. Braden Michelson due up to the plate, number 22. The first baseman for the Auburn Doubledays tonight. Working with 2 outs. He's the 9th batter in the Doubledays lineup. Both runners off their bases at second and third. The pitch. And this one's chopped. It will drop for a base hit in left field. 1 run scores. Here comes another. No throw to try to get the runner. Michelson goes towards second. The throw is not in time. A sliding 2 RBI double for Braden Michelson to make it 2-0 Auburn Doubledays. Spurger scored on that one. Farley scored. A beautiful piece of hitting from Braden Michelson to find the gaps out there in left center field and score 2 runs for the Auburn Doubledays. The 10th batter, Dustin Wortham, due up to the plate. He's the extra hitter tonight for the Auburn Doubledays. The pitch to him. That's called strike, outside corner of the plate. The pitch. And that one almost gets away from Heinz. Great stop there. Counts tied at 1-1. Then giving the runner a look off second. This one's going to be hit towards center field. Running in is Angel Gomez. Makes the play on the run. But the Doubledays score 2. They leave 1 stranded. Beautiful piece of hitting from Braden Michelson to make it 2-0 Auburn Doubledays. We're going to make our way to the top of the 3rd inning. We'll be right back on the Auburn Doubledays YouTube channel. We are back for the top of the 3rd. Time is 7:08. Due up for the Newark Pilots. That's Will Webster, the extra hitter, a lefty. Auburn Doubledays took 2 runs in the bottom of the 2nd. And this one, what a grab, but it gets away
from William Ragland. Oh my goodness, looking like it was going to be a Sports Center top 10 play, but Ragland just bobbled it at second base. Webster wasted no time hitting that one towards Ragland, but he just missed that one for the first out. So safe on first is Will Webster. That's a hit. And with that, the lineup will flip over for the first time for the Pilots. That's Jonathan Rodriguez, drew up to the plate. In the first inning, he struck out swinging. On deck after him is Angel Gomez, who hit a double in the first. He chops at this one towards third. Sperger collects it. Throw to second is in time. Throw to first not in time, however. A great grab by the third baseman, Zach Sperger, to get the lead runner at second base, but the throw to first was not in time there. So that's a fielder's choice to put Rodriguez on the bag. Safe on first, Webster out at second. So with one out, that'll bring up the dangerous hitter, Angel Gomez. Hit for a double, ground rule double in the first, bounce over the right center fence out there. He's left stranded. The pitch to him. There goes the runner. The throw from Tavares is in time. The punch out there from the field umpire. What a throw from Jose Tavares to get the speedy Jonathan Rodriguez. Caught stealing goes Rodriguez. Wow, what a hose by Jose Tavares to get 2 outs. The pitch. And that one's below the belt buckle. Count's tied at 1-1. Doubledays showing off their defensive gloves tonight. Some exceptional plays. This one's chopped right back towards the pitcher, Baker, who collects it, runs it down to first for the third out. There was a hit, but Webster then got out. And then from there, Rodriguez got on. He was caught stealing. And Angel Gomez got put out by the pitcher, Baker. So technically, that is 3 up, 3 down, 1 hit. No run scored, 2-0. We're going to make our way to the bottom of the third for the Doubledays at-bats. We'll be right back on the Auburn Doubledays YouTube channel. We are back for the bottom of the third inning. 2-0 ball game still. An exciting top of the third there by the Doubledays defense. 2 huge plays. Jaden Madrid due up to the Doubledays. Lineup flips over for the first time for them. Madrid grounded out to the second baseman in the first. Next pitch to him from Min. In there for a strike. Count is tied at 1-1. The pitch. And that one is in there for a strike. Madrid knew it right away. Got to play some defense here down in the count, 1-2. On deck is Ragland. Min kick steals the pitch, and that one's well outside. Great stop there from Heinz.
Count is tied at 2-2. The pitch. And swinging and missing at that one is Madrid. And Mid made him look silly on that one. Third strikeout on the game for Min. And with that, that'll bring up William Ragland. 1 hit on the season, 1 RBI, struck out swinging in the first. The pitch to him. Breaking ball, that's in there for a strike. Counts 0-1 with 1 out, no one on. The pitch. And that one gets away from Heinz. No damage done. Home plate umpire gives him a new ball. The pitch. And this one's fouled back. Count is 1-2. Min well ahead. If you're just joining us now, the damage was done in the bottom of the second by the Doubledays. A double by Braden Michelson scored Spurger and Farley. Ragland looking to get things going for the bats at the Doubledays here. He does not budge at that one. Count is tied at 2-2. Min comes set from the windup. Kick steals the pitch, and this one is cut on and missed. That's back-to-back strikeouts by Min. The breaking ball is working tonight for Min. And with that, that'll bring up the third batter in the Doubledays lineup. That's Teddy Monahan, who hit for a single in the first. He was then left stranded. That one is called a ball by the home plate umpire. The 1-0 outside for ball 2. Monahan is the only Doubleday hitter with a home run yet in the past 2 games, this being the third game for the Doubledays. The 2-0. That one's outside and downstairs for ball 3. Monahan batting 3 for 3 on the season so far with 2 walks. The pitch watches that one down Broadway. Count is 3-1. Had the stop sign on that one by his third base coach. The pitch. And that one's outside. That is the 3rd walk on the season for Teddy Monahan. That puts the runners on the bases for the Doubledays. And going out there to talk to his starting pitcher is the head coach for the Pilots, Johnny T. Brown. Jose Taveras is due up to the plate. He grounded out to the third baseman right in the first. That ended the inning and left Monahan stranded. Don't want to do over here of the first. So let's see if Tavares can get things going. On deck after him is Spurger. So just like that, the timeout is done. Defensive players return back to their positions. Min giving the runner off first a look. Comes set from the stretch. Kick steals the pitch. And that's outside, and another great stop from Sam Heinz tonight, who has had himself a busy night behind home plate. Off first already is Monahan. Romance keeping him close. The pitch. And there goes Monahan. Throw down to second. Not in time. A stolen base for the speedy Teddy Monahan.
Already a runner in scoring position for the Doubledays with a 2-0 count to the catcher. The pitch. And that one almost clips him. Moved his upper body out of the way, but barely moved his legs. Was ready to wear it if needed. 3-0. Off second is Monahan. Keeping him close is Castillo. He goes back towards second. The pitch. Right down the middle. No swing there. Counts 3-1. Same thing as Monahan. Did not have the green light there. Then giving the runner a look. The pitch. And this one's going to be hit. Great stop there by Castillo. Throw to first in time. What a play by the second baseman, Miles Castillo, to keep a run from scoring. And that is the third out. And we are getting deja vu of the first inning there as Monahan was left stranded again. 4-3 put out in the books off of a phenomenal play by the glove of the second baseman Castillo. 2-0 Doubledays. We're going to make our way to the top of the fourth. We'll be right back. Top fourth, 2-0 Auburn Doubledays. Still out there on the mound for them. That's number 14, William Baker III, who has yet to give up a run in this one. Given up 3 hits, and he has 1 strikeout so far. He's going to face off against the third baseman, Connor Wright, who flew out to right field. In the first, he swings at that one, and it gets past the diving gloves of Zach Sperger and Jada Madrid for a base hit in the left field. Connor Wright wasting no time on that one here in the top of the fourth for a single. Fourth hit given up by Baker. Aiden Davenport, the cleanup batter, drew up to the plate. He's a left fielder tonight for the Pilots. The pitch. And this one swung on and missed. Davenport in the first. Hit it to the first baseman, Braden Michelson, for a 3-U. That's 3 unassisted in the books. He calls time to clear his mind. Had a one-handed swing on the first pitch. Almost lost his bat. Baker comes set, the pitch. And that's a great stop there from Jose Taveras. Keep right on first. The pitch. And that's another great stop by Taveras. 2-1 count. The pitch. And that one finds the inside corner of the plate. Count is tied at 2-2. The lefty Davenport. The pitch. And this one's drilled into right field. Running back on that one is Hogg, and it gets over his head and bounces off the wall. A stand-up double for Aiden Davenport. Wow, he got all of that one. Smashes it off the right field wall. But that's a great throw from Hogg to keep the runner from scoring. Right on third. Davenport on second. So just like that, with no outs, Baker in a little bit of trouble here with two runners in scoring position. Aiden Bolin due up to the plate, grounded out to the shortstop Madrid in the second. Swings and cuts and fouls that one back. On deck batter Romance collects that one. Both runners off their bags. No one really keeping them close. Going to try to focus on the batter here. The pitch. And that one's high. Counts tied at 1-1. Aiden Bolin still looking for his first hit on the season. This is his fifth at bat. Watches that one drop for strike two. A base hit here would do some damage and potentially tie the game. Both runners off again. Baker ahead in the count 1-2. The pitch. And that one's cut on. A great pitch there from Baker. As Bolin was swinging for the fences on that one. Got a little ahead of himself there and fouled it back. 1-2 count still. Bolin choked up on the bat. Baker comes set. Kick steals. The pitch. And this one's going to drop for a base hit into right field. One run scores. Hogg collects it. The throw into home will not be in time. A two-run single for Aiden Bolin. And just like that, things are tied up. Davenport scores from second, right from third. There is Aiden Bolin's first hit on the season, and it comes up when it matters the most. Jason Romance due up to the plate, walked in the second, and I got out at second off of a fielder's choice. The pitch to him, that's a breaking ball, finds the zone. Count is 0-1. 6 hits on the game for the Newark Pilots. That's 6 hits to the Auburn Doubledays, 2 hits. The pitch. And this one's going to be hit in the air. First base side. Michelson underneath it, calling everyone off. Gloves it cleanly for the second out. That's in F3 in the books, as Romance was not happy with himself there. Couldn't come up with a hit. Carlos Jara due up to the plate. He's the one for hit for a fielder's choice in the second. That got Romance out. So he's been on already. Watches that one go by for a strike down the middle. Count is 0-1. The pitch. A breaking ball. The throw down to first from Taveras is not in time. Great stop there from Michelson. And a good tag attempt. But Bolin had a better jump back. Baker comes set from the stretch. The pitch. That one's just high above the letters. Count is 2-1. The pitch. And that one's low. Tavares has had himself a night behind the plate so far.
But just like that, the count is 3-1. Jara ahead. The pitch. And that one's fouled, first base side. Well out of play. Count is full at 3-2. The pitch. And this one's going to be hit to the diving glove of Jaden Madrid, who gloves it cleanly. The throw back to first gets away from Michelson. But what a play from Jaden Madrid to get the diving grab on the run. Wow, couldn't ask for a better glove from your shortstop there. Eliminated a hit and got an out. So Jara is retired. Miles Castillo due up to the plate, watches that one go by for a strike. The lefty hit for a single in the second and was left stranded. Working with 2 outs and still on first base, has not moved yet, is Aiden Bolin. The pitch. That one drops in there for a strike. Just on the outside corner of the plate, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The Yankees 2 out, 2 strike siren just went off here at Falcon Park. Baker throws back to first, gets away from the glove of Michelson, and there goes Bolin to second. It's going to be no throw from Michelson as that one went towards the right field fence there by the Dick's Sporting Goods sign. No balls, 2 strikes. Baker giving Bolin a look. The pitch. And this one's going to be hit to Madrid. Gloves it. Does he have a throw? The throw. Not in time. A great backhand stab at that one to get the ball, but unfortunately could not get the throw off in time. So Bolin, who advanced to second off of an overthrow, an error, is now on third base, 90 feet away from scoring, and Castillo is safe with a hit. 7 hits on the game for the Auburn Doubledays. For the Newark Pilots. And their head coach, Thomas Eaton, Doubledays head coach, had just called timeout, gave the home plate umpire a fresh new baseball, goes out to talk to William Baker, who looks solid through 3, now struggling through 4. Thomas Eaton has spent some time in the major leagues with the Cincinnati Reds. He was with the Geneva Red Wings as well of the PGCBL. Off of first base is Castillo. Off of third is Bolin. Due up to the plate is Sam Hines. First pitch to him is taken for a ball, and Hines has had himself an impressive night behind the plate as well. He's been busy back there. The pitch, and this one's going to be hit over third base side and drops right in front of the speedy Zach Sperger, who could not come up with that one. Back to the plate is the lefty Hines. Runners on the corners off their bases. Michelson keeping Castillo close. The pitch. Great stop there from Tavares, but that's ball 2. Time is 7:33 here in the top of the 4th. Tie game 2-2. Lights have come on. Clouds have rolled back in. Bit of a windy day. The pitch. And this one's going to be roped on the line. Michelson gloves it. Steps on first for the 3rd out. What a play from the first baseman for the Auburn Doubledays, Braden Michelson, to keep 2 runners stranded and get the 3rd out. But the damage has been done as 2 runs come in off of a single by Aiden Bolin, his first hit of the season. We're going to make our way to the bottom of the 4th inning for the Doubledays at bats. We'll be right back. Kyung-sum Min still on the mound for the Newark Pilots. This is the bottom of the fourth. Tie game at 2-2. And it has gotten darker here at Falcon Park. Due up to the plate is Zach Sperger, who was hit by pitch in the second and scored. First pitch to him is taken for a ball, and we are underway here in the bottom of the fourth. From the lineup is Min. The pitch, and this one's roped on a line to the shortstop. Rodriguez gloves it. Throw to first in time. 2-pitch at bat. Min wins that one. Beautiful throw there from the shortstop, Rodriguez, to get the speedy Sperger out. George Farley due up to the plate. He walked and then scored in the second. Thanks to a Braden Michelson double. The pitch. And that's a bunt down the third base line. Right runs in. No throw to first. A beautiful textbook bunt by the speedy George Farley. Little League kids, pay attention to that one because that couldn't have been more textbook than that. Wasted no time dropping down a bunt on that one. A single for him. And that's the third hit of the game for the Auburn Doubledays. Colin Hogg due up to the plate. Flew out for an infield fly rule. And there goes the runner towards second. But that one is a foul ball. So Farley will have to go back. Doubledays wasting no time early on in the count. Swinging on first pitches. For first is Farley. Min from the stretch. Throws back to first. Not in time. Safe, says the field umpire. Great jump back there by Farley. Hogg working with an 0-1 count. On deck after him is the eighth batter, Chase Moore. Min comes set from the stretch. Gets his sign. Kick steals. And this one's roped for a base hit into left field. Making his way towards second base with ease is Farley, and that's a single for Colin Hogg and the fourth hit on the game for the Auburn Doubledays. The designated player, Chase Moore, is due up to the plate with two runners on. A strikeout swinging in the second for him. Keeping the runner close at second is Rodriguez. And there goes the runner to third, and that one is a dead ball. It hits off the leg of Moore. He hobbled around after he hit it. Home plate umpire is going to give Moore some time. Make sure that he's all right. Good move there by the home plate umpire. Catcher Heinz also checked on Moore there, but he appears to be all right. So, Farley was going to go towards third base on a stolen base attempt, but he's back at second. Rodriguez still keeping him close. Min gives him a look. The pitch, and this one's cracked, but fouled. Out of play. Third base side. On deck is Braden Michelson, the ninth batter for the Doubledays. Both runners off their bags again. Min giving the runner a look. The pitch. That's outside. You could hear it from up here. That was a ball. One-two count, the pitch. And that one misses again. Back-to-back balls by Min. Count is tied at 2-2. Both runners off. 2-2 count. Doubledays fans making some noise. The pitch. And that one misses upstairs and inside. Count is full. Was a 1-2 approach. It's now full. Min giving the runner a look. Kick steals the pitch. And this one's cracked.
down the left field line. Davenport cannot find it, drops in front of him for a base hit. Bases are loaded. A single for Chase Moore. Hogg on second base, Farley on third, and it looked like Davenport out there in left field was going to have a play on that one. Had to backpedal, and it dropped right in front of him. So, another timeout called by the head coach, Johnny T. Brown, for the Pilots. And that is it for Kyung Sum Min's night. He leaves this one a 2-2 ball game. And he's got bases loaded. We'll work on finding out who the new pitcher is. We'll come right back after this brief break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back on the Auburn Doubledays YouTube channel. We're back in. We found out who that is. That is number 9, Nicholas Nelson. He's listed as an outfielder, but he's pitching. He's from St. John Fisher University. He's from Trumansburg, New York. Comes into this one in a bit of a jam. He's going to face off against the first baseman, Braden Michelson, who hit for a double in the second and scored 2. And that was the Doubledays' big inning so far. Bases loaded, 1 out, 2-2 ball game. And here's the first pitch from Nelson. And that is taken for a strike. And we are back after the brief break. The pitch. And this one's roped on a line, but grabbing that one is Rodriguez. Throw to first is in time. A run will score for the Auburn Doubledays, but what a backhanded grab there by Jonathan Rodriguez to pick up the second out. Michelson out on the 6-3 putout. Farley scores. Hogg is on third base. Moore's on second. So 2 outs, 3-2 Auburn. That's an RBI for Braden Michelson. The pitch from Nelson. And this one's cut on and fouled towards the Pilots' dugout. Dustin Wortham due up to the plate. He's the last batter in their lineup tonight. He flew out to center field in the second. The 0-1. That's called a strike just at the numbers. 0-2 count. The pitch. And this one's hit right back to Nelson. Ricochets off his leg, and there will be no play. 1 run will score. That's a hit for Dustin Wortham. And the Doubledays fans love it. 4-2 Auburn. Wortham on first. Hogg scored. Moore on third, and the lineup will flip over for the third time. Here is Jaden Madrid, 0 for 2 on the game so far. Grounded out to second in the first. Struck out swinging in the third. He's dealing with Wortham on first, like I said, and Moore off third. Runners on the corners. There's the throw down to try to get the runner. They go to second, and it gets away from Rodriguez. A run will score. We have a pickle. Stuck in between first and shortstop Rodriguez, and Rodriguez tags him out. What's the call here? Are they saying interference? Are they saying obstruction? Rodriguez arguing the call. Home plate umpire saying something. And there's a bit of acrimony going on here. Let's see what the call is here, but for right now, it looks like we're going to keep playing. So, Madrid's still up to the plate. And it looks like that's a free base for Wortham. I believe a run scored there, making it 5-2. The pitch. And that one gets away from the catcher, Hines. But staying at second base is Wortham. Off of second is Wortham. The pitch from Nelson is high for a ball. So a confusing play just happened. It was an exciting pickle, but the home plate umpire called it off. And that one's in the dirt. Count is 3-0. But yeah, the home plate umpire called that one off immediately and said that the run scored and a free base for Wortham. So we'll get some more clarification after this inning and let you know on the top of the fifth. But for right now, count is 3-0 to Madrid, who picks up a walk. Runners are on first and second. And just like that, William Ragland, who's been struggling at the plate so far tonight, 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts swinging, is due up in a huge moment for the Doubledays. Already off of first is Madrid. Off of second is Wortham. The pitch from Nelson. That's a changeup. It's called a ball upstairs. Doubledays fans making some noise, stomping on the bleachers. The pitch. And that one's in the ground. A 3-run inning for the Doubledays. That's their highest scoring inning so far tonight. And Rodriguez has called timeout to go talk to his relief pitcher. Just trying to calm down Nicholas Nelson. He's back to the shortstop position. Ragland back to the plate. Doubledays fans making some noise. Clapping, cheering, stomping. The pitch. And Nelson is struggling. 3-0 count. Another ball here would load the bases. Not ideal at all. The pitch. And there's the first strike of the at-bat to Ragland from Nelson. Off of second, trying to get the attention of Nelson is Moore. And just like that, a walk. Bases are loaded. My correction there, that's Wortham that was trying to get the attention of Nelson. So Wortham's on third. On second, Madrid picking up a walk is Ragland, who reaches first for the first time tonight. A broken bat. Rodriguez flips it to second for the third out. And wow, that bat exploded. Clearly, that is a bad piece of lumber there as it cracked right away. Unfair for Teddy Monahan, who could not come up with a hit. A beautiful play there from Rodriguez, but 3 runs score for the Auburn Doubledays. 5-2 them. We're going to make our way to the top of the 5th inning. We'll be right back on the Auburn Doubledays YouTube channel.
We are back for the top of the fifth inning. Leading off for the Newark Pilots here, that's Will Webster. 5-2. And this one's roped towards center field. Running in is Farley. And that one is caught for the first out. One pitch, one out. If you're just joining us, it's 5-2 ball game. Doubledays just scored 3 runs in the bottom of the fourth inning. Pilots have 7 hits. Doubledays have 5. Due up to the plate for the Pilots is Jonathan Rodriguez, the shortstop, who's had some tremendous plays at that position tonight. He's 0 for 2 on the game, struck out swinging in the first. In the third, hit for a fielder's choice, then was caught stealing at second. He's working with a 1-1 count. Time is 7:53. The pitch, and this one's cut on towards Zach Sperger. Gloves it, throw to first, in time for the second out. A 5-3 putout. What a play from the third baseman for the Auburn Doubledays. Only a few pitches in, and we've already got 2 outs. And with that, that'll bring up Angel Gomez, who's 1 for 2 on the game, hit for a double and was left stranded in the first. Then hit it right back to the pitcher in the third and was out. The pitch from Baker. This one's chopped on, but foul, third base line. The pitch. And this one's fouled, well out of play. Over the stadium as well. 2 strikes, 2 outs. There's a New York Yankees 2-strike, 2-out siren again. The pitch. And this one's cut on and fouled back. Staying alive is Gomez. Both teams have an error apiece out in the field. Gomez is set in the box. Baker comes set from the stretch. Kick steals the pitch. And that is low for a ball. 1-2 count. The pitch. And home plate umpire says, in fact, that he went, and just like that, that is strike 3 swinging. 3 up, 3 down. No hits, no runs. 5-2 Auburn Doubledays. We're going to make our way to the bottom of the 5th inning for the Doubledays at-bats. We'll be right back on the Auburn Doubledays YouTube channel.
We are back for the bottom of the fifth inning. 5-2 Auburn, Doubledays. 7 hits for the Pilots, 5 hits for the Doubledays. We are approaching 8 o'clock, an hour and a half into this one. And due up to the plate for the Auburn Doubledays, that's the catcher there, Jose Taveras, who is 0 for 2 on the game. Grounded out to third in the first, grounded out to second in the third. Has had an at-bat every other inning. He's going to face off against the new pitcher for the Newark Pilots. That's number 11, Braylon Haley. Correction, Holy. And he ropes at that one. And a drop for a base hit in the left field. Wasting no time on that one is Jose Taveras. And with that, that'll bring up Zach Sperger, who is 0 for 1 in the game so far, who was hit by pitch in the second, scored a run, and then grounded out to the shortstop in the fourth inning, working with a runner on. No one out. Cuts and misses at that one. Count is 0-1. It's Braylon Haley. My correction out there on the mound. The pitch. And this one's hit towards right field area. Running in is Aiden Bolin, and it drops for a base hit in between second base and right field. Another hit for the Auburn Doubledays. Zach Sperger finds the gap. Taveras on second, Sperger on first, and with that, that'll bring up the sixth batter, George Farley, who is having a game thus far. Walked and scored in the second, hit for a single in the fourth and scored. He's touched every base tonight. Both teams now tied at 7 hits. The pitch. Laying down a bunt is Farley, and it goes foul. Great jump there by Connor Wright, the third baseman. Both runners off. In the grass is Jason Romance, the first baseman. So was Wright, the pitch. And this one's hit. Foul ball line, and that is also ruled an infield fly. Home plate umpire calls it. So batter is out regardless. And just like that, Farley does not get on first base for the first time tonight. It's an F2 back to the catcher, 1 out. And we have a pinch batter, Steven Ambrogio, who I'm being told was the birthday boy yesterday. So was his twin brother, who also plays for the Auburn Doubledays. Number 1, Michael Ambrogio. So happy belated birthday that is to both of them. Haley comes, set, kick, steals the pitch, and that one almost clips the birthday boy. That's not a very nice greeting. The pitch. And that one is in there for a ball. Count is 2-0 with 1 out. Here's Colin Haug. And that one gets past the glove of Sam Hines. Both runners will advance off of a wild pitch. On second is Sperger. On third is Taveras. 1 out, 2 runners in scoring position. Huge at bat for Colin Haug, who was 1 for 2 on the game. Flew out to the pitcher in the second, hit for a single, and scored in the fourth. And just like that, the bases are loaded. Haug on first, Sperger on second, Taveras on third. Another pinch batter. My correction there, that's Ambrogio, who's on first, number 6. Another pinch batter, number 17,
for the Auburn Doubledays. Matthew Chofe, who pitched in the first game for the Auburn Doubledays. He watches that one for a ball. Bases loaded, like I said, Ambrogio on first. The pitch to Chofe, and that's taken for a strike. That's in there for a ball. Count is 2-1. One out, bases loaded, 5-2 Doubledays. Chofe due up to the plate. Chase Moore's night is done. He went 1 for 2 at the plate. Struck out swinging in the second. Hit for a single and then scored in the fourth. He watches that one bounce in the ground for a ball. 3-1 count, the pitch. And this one's hit past the glove of the pitcher. Flipping the second is the second baseman. Throw to first, not in time. A run will score for the Auburn Doubledays. That's Jose Taveras who scores. Sperger is on third base. Out at second is Ambrogio. A fielder's choice hit for Chofe. 6-2 Auburn Doubledays. Braden Michelson, number 22, due up to the plate. He is 1 for 2 on the game. Hit for a double and got left stranded in the second. Grounded out to the shortstop in the fourth. Runners on the corners, 2 outs. Doubledays fans have some life to pitch, and this one's hit. It will drop for a base hit into right field. 1 run scores with ease. Doubledays have some life with 2 outs. Braden Michelson wasting no time. First pitch swinging. A single for him. He's 2 for 3 on the night. Chofe on second and scoring was Zach Sperger. Here's Dustin Wortham. And it looks like we have a pinch runner for Braden Michelson as Doubledays fans give him a little bit of an ovation here. Pinch running is number 27, Jake Bentavanga. So he's on first. On second, Chofe. Who's on first? What's on second? I don't know. Who's on third? The pitch to Wortham. That's in there for a strike. 8 hits on the game for the Auburn Doubledays. They won up the Pilots here in the bottom of the fifth with hits. 7-2 Auburn. The pitch. And this one's fouled towards the Pilots dugout. Gets over there, goes to the bleachers. A souvenir for the young fans here at Falcon Park. Dustin Wortham, 1 for 2 on the night. He's the last batter in the Doubledays lineup. Both runners off. The pitch from Haley, and that's outside for ball 1. The pitch. And that one gets away from Haley there. Count is tied at 2-2. And this one's roped and will go into right field for a base hit. Being held up at third base is Chofe. On second is the pinch runner, Benavanga. A single for Dustin Wortham. His 2 for 3 on the night. Bases are loaded with 2 outs. And Doubledays have done a great job of staying alive with 2 outs here in the bottom of the fifth. Jaden Madrid due up to the plate. Yet to pick up a hit so far in this one. He's 0 for 2 on the night. Grounded out to the second baseman in the first. Struck out swinging in the third. Walked and got left stranded at second in the fourth. And the manager for the Pilots makes his way towards the mound. Johnny Brown's been out there a few times tonight trying to calm down the starting pitcher, relief pitchers. Calls the infield in as well. And it looks like Haley is going to stay out there. Madrid steps into the box with a bases loaded scenario, 2 outs. Still looking for a hit in this one. The pitch. That one is low in the ground for ball 1. We've got another pinch batter on deck for the Doubledays. Number 3, who's replacing Ragland. That one gets away from the catcher, Hines. A run will score with ease. 8-2 Auburn Doubledays. That is phenomenal heads-up base running by Chofei to score a run off of a wild pitch. On third base is the pinch runner, Benavanga. On second, Wortham. 2 runners in scoring position still. No runner on first. 2-0 count. The pitch to Madrid is high for ball 3. 3-0 count. Let's see if Madrid has the green light. We've seen earlier on that batters have the red light in this scenario. And he does, in fact, watch that one for ball 4. Bases loaded yet again. And it's time to meet your pinch batter. Number 3, Nacho Gonzalez, who's been a fan favorite so far here at Falcon Park. This is Nacho's 3rd at-bat in the season. He's 1 for 2 so far coming into this one. The pitch. And this one's roped on a line but fouled near the parking lot third base line. 0-1 count to the lefty Nacho Gonzalez. Bases loaded, 8-2 game. 9 hits for the Auburn Doubledays. An eventful bottom of the 5th. 3 runs scored so far. The pitch. And this one's roped. It will drop for a base hit into center field. 1 run will score. Here comes another. 10-2 Auburn Doubledays. Nacho Gonzalez hearing it from the fans. 5-run inning here in the bottom of the 5th. Benavanga scored. Dustin Wortham scored. On second is Madrid. And Nacho Gonzalez is on first with a single. Here is Teddy Monahan. First pitch to him, and there goes the runner to third. No throw at all. Jaden Madrid showing off his wheels. A stolen base for him. Meep, meep. Over the intercom here. The speedy Madrid with a stolen bag. Runners on the corners. 1-0 count. The pitch. And that's called a strike by the home plate umpire. Ten to 2 Auburn Doubledays. 10 hits on the game so far compared to the Pilots' 7. The pitch to Monahan finds the strike zone. Count is 1-2. And you can feel the energy here at Falcon Park. A packed night here for fireworks night. The 1-2. And that's a breaking ball. Goes into right field. Running back is Aiden Bullen. And that one ricochets off the wall and will drop for a base hit. 1 run scores already. 11-2 Auburn Doubledays. What an inning for the home team. Madrid scored with ease. On third is Nacho Gonzalez. And that's a stand-up double off the wall for Teddy Monahan. His 2nd hit on the night. Jose Tavares drew up to the plate. He has already hit in the bottom of the 5th. He hit for a single and scored. The pitch to him, and that's outside for ball 1. And Brolin Haley is struggling so far in the bottom of the 5th. Has given up 6 runs so far, 11-2 Doubledays. That one is high. For ball 2.
2-0 count, 2 outs. The pitch. And this one's hit first base side. And catching that one against the net is Jason Romance. No love there from Romance. And that will end the inning, but a huge inning for the Auburn Doubledays. But it looks like the head coach, Thomas Eaton, is challenging the out call there because it did ricochet off the net and then went into the glove of Romance. But it looks like that will end the inning. 11-2 Auburn Doubledays. They score 6, a huge inning for them. I'm going to pass you over to my partner, Ryan Story, who'll call the game from here. We're going to make our way to the top of the 6th. We'll be right back on the Auburn Doubledays YouTube channel.
Welcome back in to Falcon Park here at the top of the 6th inning. I'm Ryan Story, coming in for Evan Carocha here at the midway point in this game. Although might not be the midway point because right now the Auburn Doubledays have the chance to pull off the run rule in a third straight game to open the season. Right now they lead by 9 runs, 11-2 here in the top of the 6th. If they get that number up to 10 by the end of the 7th or 8th inning, that ends the game early tonight, which they accomplished in both that first game against Geneva here at home on Thursday, and they also did yesterday against this Newark Pilots squad. A huge swing and a miss there from the batter, Connor Wright, going against William Baker, who's into his 6th inning of action. The starting pitcher has been balling on the mound, only giving up 2 runs today, and has worked his way to a 1-2 count against Wright. So Connor Wright in an early hole. There's the 1-2 pitch, misses low, bounces away from Tavares, the catcher. Tavares. Wright had a hit in his last at-bat, sac fly in his first of the night. The 2-2 is hit into shallow right field, actually into deep right field. That got some distance on it, but getting underneath it is Steven Ambrosio out in right field, manages to sit down Connor Wright, and that brings up Aiden Davenport with 1 out on the board. Davenport had a double his last time around. That was a key stretch for this Newark Pilots squad. There in the top of the 4th inning, Wright singled, Davenport doubled, and then Bolin got a hit. Now popped up to left field, and that's the put out from Teddy Monahan. So 2 quick at-bats right there on the first pitch of that one. Baker forces Davenport into an F7. Aiden Bolin coming up to the plate. Had that 2 RBI single his last go-around. Already 2 outs on the board. Baker trying to get out of the 6th very quickly. The first pitch hits the bottom of the strike zone. 0-1 count. The Pilots have been looking at a lot of the first pitches of their at-bats, falling behind in those 0-1 counts early, and you just have to think the Doubledays been a lot more aggressive with that. Could be the reason Auburn's leading this contest 11-2. The 1-1 count, fouled off. Baker getting ahead in the count against all 3 of these batters. Bolin, the right fielder. The pitch hit over past the shortstop Madrid. Madrid somehow nabs it. The throw off balance isn't going to get there in time. But what a play from Madrid. That looked like it was going to skate right on by him. Somehow got his glove on that and prevented the damage from being any worse. And throwing off platform like that, you just are hoping not to get an error. Keep the guy just at first base. Exactly what Madrid did there. That brings up Jason Romance. Romance is 0 for 1 today, walked in the first inning. Now has a runner on first. Pitch outside, ball number 1. Baker just nearing the 80 total pitch count. Has thrown 55 strikes through those 80 pitches, so has been fairly consistent at getting the ball in the zone. But starts off this at-bat 2-0, so he falls behind here. The 2-0, trying to avoid putting any runners in scoring position. That's chopped at, fouled up, getting near the deck, and it will careen onto the deck away from the reach of first baseman Jake Bentavenga. That still will make it a 2-1 count, though, as Baker working his way back into this one. Romance taking his time, stepping back into the batter's box. On deck, that's Carlos Jara, who's 0 for 2 on the day. The 2-1 pitch, way high, throw down to first, not going to get there in time. You've seen Tavares really go back to first on a lot of those potential. Maybe he can get that runner out when he's being a little greedy. Hasn't paid off yet, but that aggression could pay dividends throughout the season. The 3-1 count. Baker puts it right down the middle. That's a shot deep into left field, and it will drop the diving play made by Monahan. He doesn't get to the ball. The batter's rounding third and rounding second. One will get home, and we'll see Romance stop at second. But Aiden Bolin with the scoring run makes it 11-3 here at Falcon Park at the top of the 6th inning. A great RBI double from Jason Romance. And that could have been a lot worse. We saw Teddy Monahan absolutely lay out to try to make that play, prevent any runs from scoring, and the ball just went on by him, bounced off the wall. If that took a worse hop, we could be looking at a triple or maybe even a Little League home run. Now Carlos Jara at the plate. Pitch hits the edge of the zone, strike number 1. So the Doubledays lead has been cut down to 8, and this is definitely the most successful another team has been. Oh, and that does hit off of Jara's arm, and he'll take first base. That puts runners on both first and second, and Thomas Eaton is going to go talk to William Baker out on the mound. after looking like he was going to escape the sixth inning with relative ease after knocking off both Connor Wright and Aiden Davenport. Now Eaton might have to weigh his options. And we'll see if he stays in the game. And it looks like that's the end of the day for William Baker. Goes 5 2/3 innings, gives up 3 earned runs. And we'll have more information on who the Doubledays reliever is when we return. Back here in the top of the sixth inning, a new pitcher for the Auburn Doubledays, Tristan Roca, taking over in favor of William Baker III. Baker again went 5 2/3 innings before getting into some difficulties here in the top of the sixth. Now Roca, with runners on first and second, starts off his first at bat with a strike. Miles Castillo, the batter. Castillo, 2 singles today. So matched up well against William Baker. We'll see if he has better luck against Castillo. That's a shot. The throw over to first, not going to get there in time. Single number 3 of the day for Miles Castillo. That loads the bases and puts Romance on third, Jara on second, and Castillo on first. We've got a pinch hitter for Newark. That's Luke Purcell, the pinch hitter, Luke Purcell. So the righty batter will step up for his first action of the game. He replaces Sam Heinz, the catcher, who is 0 for 2 at the plate. And if Newark wants to come back in this one, this is where it has to happen. 2 outs on the board, but you have the bases loaded. You're within striking distance here. Luke Purcell takes the first pitch for a ball. The 1-0 count. That time inside. And so we see the pitcher in Roca already getting into a little bit of trouble. He gave up that single in his first at bat. Can't afford to collapse. We saw on the other side, Brolin Haley have a lot of troubles coming in as the relief pitcher, and that's a beautiful throw right there to get right back into the at bat. 2-1 count. He caught Purcell swinging. 2-1, 2 outs. Another time, getting him swinging. The throw down to first gets away from Bentavega. The throw back to home does not get there in time. So off of that entire sequence, Jason Romance comes in from third to score, making it 11-4, still in favor of the Doubledays. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners on first and second. The Pilots have already scored twice this inning. We'll see if they can add on to that. That pitch way outside. Great stop from Tavares to prevent that from being any worse. Full count. A walk loads the bases and out ends the inning. The payoff pitch is hit down the third base line, just barely foul. So that will wind up being the penultimate pitch as we see Purcell step back into the batter's box. On deck is Will Webster, the extra hitter, who's 1 for 2 on the day. Three-two. The pitch in, the runner's going, and it's a ball. A walk for Luke Brazel, and now Will Webster steps up to the plate with the bases loaded. A 7-run lead for Auburn. 3 runners on. Will Webster up at the plate. After Webster, it flips back over to the top of the Pilots' order. With the 2 runs scored this inning, this is the most runs the Doubledays have given up in a game this season. They held Geneva to 2 runs in the first game, shut out the Pilots yesterday. The first pitch was a swing and a miss from Webster. The 0-1 count. Way outside there, going against the lefty batter. Roca just couldn't get that breaking ball to find the zone. One count. It's all evened up. We need to see how Tristan Roca keeps his head in a tough situation like this. Pitch just clips the edge of the zone. Beautiful breaking ball from Tristan Roca, making it a 1-2 count. So the relief pitcher just 1 strike away from getting out of this inning. Pitch is in and is whiffed. He gets Webster swinging and gets out of the top of the 6th inning. Finally, after letting up 2 total runs, the Doubledays lead 11-4 heading into the bottom half of the 6th. We'll be back shortly with more Auburn Doubledays baseball. Welcome back here on the Auburn Doubledays YouTube channel. It's 11-4 currently in favor of the Doubledays as Zach Spurger steps up to the plate at the bottom of the sixth inning. So on the mound, Brolin Haley for the Newark Pilots. He really struggled there in the bottom of the fifth with the Doubledays scoring 6 total runs in the inning. But Newark got a little bit of get back in the top of the sixth with 2 runs. Now that first pitch is a strike. Spurger falls behind 0-1. Popped up, getting past the second baseman out into the outfield, and a diving play made by Angel Gomez gets out Spurger. And that will bring up George Farley. So after Spurger goes down quickly, just 2 pitches, George Farley steps up. He scored in each of his first 2 at-bats of the day. He walked in the second inning and scored a run, and then had a single, which he also scored a run off of. His last time up, though, had an infield fly. That's a shot into left field. Davenport tried to make a play on it, does get underneath it. So 3 pitches, 2 outs for Brolin Haley. Talk about a tale of 2 innings. After really struggling in the fifth, he looks like a brand new pitcher. Although we have seen the Doubledays make solid contact both times. So we'll see what Steven Ambrosio can do, the pinch hitter, coming back in for his second at-bat. That was a breaking ball right down the gut that Ambrosio was a little too early on. Haley, not really a pitcher by trade. He's committed to play his first season of collegiate baseball at East Central Community College, where he'll be an infielder. Primarily just has 2 pitchers, his fastball and his curveball. You just saw the curveball on that last pitch. And time called by Ambrosio a little late. That pitch still comes in. The 0-2 count. 5 pitches so far this inning. The 6th comes in low in the dirt. Haley went to his fastball there, trying to catch Ambrosio off guard. And there's out number 3 of the inning. The strikeout gets Steven Ambrosio, and we'll head into the top of the 7th. The Doubledays go down quickly in the 6th. We'll be back here shortly on the Auburn Doubledays YouTube channel. We're back here at Falcon Park, top of the seventh inning. A long one for the Pilots at the plate, a short one for the Doubledays there in the sixth. Now, the top of the Pilots order, Jonathan Rodriguez kicking us off. He's 0 for 3 on the day. A strikeout, a fielder's choice, and a groundout. Has also been caught stealing the one time he was on base. First pitch he sees, he hits up high. The third baseman making a play at it, Zach Spurger getting underneath it. Rodriguez goes down without a fight. Angel Gomez stepping up. Gomez was out there in center field in the bottom half of the last inning, made a solid play out there in the outfield. Still going against the pitcher, Tristan Roca. Pitch outside. Roca, not the biggest guy, but really makes up for it with his speed and velocity. He stands at only 5'9", 150, but has a creative arsenal of pitches that really allows him to thrive out there on the mound. Pitch clips the outside of the zone. 1-1 count with one out. Roca originally from Mineola, Florida. That pitch low and inside. 2-1. Thanks for sticking with us here on the Auburn Doubledays YouTube channels. We hit 8:40. After this game, we'll have some fireworks here at Falcon Park. So make sure to, if you're within driving range, feel free to keep this on as you drive. Keep it on the car radio and come here to Falcon Park to watch the fireworks. Xavier Gomez, though, will take first base after getting clipped by that pitch. Bringing up Connor Wright. Wright flew out in his last at-bat. And that first pitch will also nail Wright. So 2 straight hit by pitches, as we'll see Thomas Eaton go to have a chat with Tristan Roca. Back-to-back pitches that hit the batters, and I don't think he's going to seriously consider taking out his relief pitcher just yet. He's only tossed 19 pitches so far today, so it would be an unusually short outing. But the Doubledays do have other options in the bullpen if they do want to opt to do that. So for Aiden Davenport, who's stepping up to the plate, it will be against Tristan Roca still. Connor Wright's on first. Angel Gomez is on second. Only one out so far for the Doubledays. So Roca will have some work to do to get himself out of this inning safely. Good discipline there from Davenport. Not going after that pitch on the outside, makes it a 1-0 count. That's in play, making its way over to shortstop. That's a great play from Madrid, tossing it over to Spurger, and that's out number 2 of the inning. Instead of trying to make it throw all the way over to first, does the smart thing, gets it to third, gets the force out. Now there's 2 outs on the board. So after that fielder's choice, Aiden Boland steps up to the plate with 2 outs, 2 runners on. First pitch misses outside. Boland has singled in each of his last 2 at-bats, including a 2 RBI single that first time around. A pitch goes narrowly behind the knees of Boland. So Roca's in some trouble here. 2-0 count. 2 outs on the board. Boland will be followed up by Romance, who's had some success at the plate today. The 2-0 count. Misses outside. Roca has worked his way into a 3-0 count. Throughout this game, we've seen Newark be very patient on these 3-0 pitches. Even when Auburn has left it as a meatball over the middle, they're not swinging. The 4th pitch catches the zone, strike number 1. So after Roca makes his first dent of the at-bat, he gets Bolin swinging, nearly going out of his shoes there. You can tell he wasn't happy about missing on that pitch, wanted to try to turn the game around on one swing. Could have done it if he got some good contact, but now has a full count with 2 runners on. The payoff pitch is fouled off. Both runners were ready to go. They took off as soon as the pitch left the hands of Roca. Bolin readies again. Roca's pitch is in. Another foul off in almost the exact same spot. We'll see the first baseman try to make a play on it. Ben Tavenga, though, couldn't get there as that ball went all the way into the stands. We're approaching the 8th pitch of this at-bat. Auburn narrowly leading in the hits column 11-10, but leading in runs 11-4. We'll see timeout called. Bolin stepping back into the box. Big pitch coming up. 3-2. It's in. It's swung on. It's missed, fouled off. So 3 straight times that Bolin has gotten a piece of the pitch from Roca. The 4th straight payoff pitch. It's in. It's hit into center field. Can Farley make the play? And he does fairly easily to end the inning unscathed for the Doubledays. Auburn heading into the bottom of the 7th, still maintaining a 7-run lead. We'll be back here shortly on the Auburn Doubledays Sports Network. Welcome back in here at Falcon Park. The Auburn Doubledays lead 11-4, and it's a new pitcher on the mound for the Newark Pilots. Lucas Orlovitz stepping up as the fourth pitcher for the Pilots. It's like a college product. Just finished up his senior year, actually. He's also a sports media guy. That's something I can respect. Orlovitz, the 6'2 righty. First pitch finds the zone. He is going against Matthew Chofei. Chofei, a pitcher himself, started the Doubledays' first home game of the season. The 1-1 count. Pitch just missing outside, so Chofei, 2-1 count. This pitcher v pitcher duel gets to. We'll keep going. The pitch cracked into center field. That's deep, that's far, but not going to be enough for Angel Gomez. He still reaches it. And that's an F8, bringing up Jake Bentavenga. Jake Bentavenga came in for Braden Michelson after Michelson had his third consecutive RBI play of the day earlier today. Now Bentavenga on his first at-bat chops it over into the opposing bullpen. Bentavenga, the 9-batter, falling behind 0-1 in the count. Bentavenga thought about that one, doesn't go, and is not rewarded for that as it's called strike number 2. And that pitch missing the zone, getting away from the catcher, Purcell. Purcell replaced Sam Heinz for the Pilots. Neither have really had their arms tested too much today. It's really just been about stopping balls from getting past, and that's where Newark has had some wildness today. The catcher position, very important on those types of days. Bentavenga battling the at-bat, staying alive. Pitch misses the zone to make it 2-2, evens it up. On deck is Dustin Wortham, the extra hitter, who's had 2 straight base hits. Way outside, makes it a full count. Actually, we have a pinch hitter on deck as that's fouled up, popped up, hit high, going near the bullpen. It'll actually bounce off the top of the dugout. So after that pitch is fouled off, we're approaching the 8th pitch of the at-bat, and on deck is number 18, Ryan Petagrasso, who we saw as a relief pitcher for the Doubledays in their first home game. Wow, that shot was hit high, hit far, but it's just a little bit too much height, and that will get into the glove of Aiden Davenport. Ryan Petagrasso coming up to the plate. He has not yet had a hit this season. 2 at-bats, or excuse me, no at-bats yet this season. So he's making his first at-bat of the year. 2 games played, though. So we've seen his pitching, but now how can he swing a bat? Going against Lucas Orlovitz. The first pitch he'll see as a hitter this season, he does not swing at, but it catches the zone. Second pitch is hit. Chopper over to the shortstop. Rodriguez tossing it over, putting his entire body into it and getting it to Romance for out number 3 of the inning. So Lucas Orlovitz, the Ithaca College product, having a very good bottom half of the inning, getting Newark out untouched. The Auburn Doubledays lead 11-4 after 7. Stick around for more Doubledays baseball coming your way when you return. Welcome back in here at Falcon Park, top of the 8th inning, and the Doubledays have a new pitcher on the mound. If it's a name that sounds familiar, it might be because you saw him play at Auburn High School. Jacob Morrell, the 6'1 pitcher weighing 200 pounds, and the Auburn Maroons product, just finished up his freshman year at Cayuga Community College. Hell of a tough test in his first at-bat going against Jason Romance, who is 1 for 2 on the day with an RBI double as well as a walk. That first pitch clips the zone for strike 1. And now the count evened up at 1-1. The Doubledays leading by 7. The high leg kick misses high. Romance throughout this game has worked his at-bats long and hard. He's been making sure to not bite early. That time, Morrell misses high and outside. 3-1 count. Morrell had a 5.4 ERA at Cayuga CC last season and works it to a full count now. Romance staying alive. A tough at-bat as we approach 9 o'clock p.m. here at Falcon Park. That's a chopper hit foul. Not going to reach back into fair play. Jose Taveras has been very impressive from behind the plate today. I want to give him some credit, whether it's throwing out runners or making sure that wild pitches don't get past him. He's done a very impressive job. The full count. Morrell misses out. Oh, does catch the zone. Wow, Romance certainly didn't think so, but the umpire favoring the pitcher there. That's strike three. A backwards K, bringing up Carlos Jara with one out on the board. Morel starts his day off with a strikeout, but starts the next at-bat off with a ball. 1-0 into Jara, misses 2-0. This time, Jara just a little bit too patient. Lets Morel get back into the at-bat after he left that fastball a little steady there. The 2-1 count quickly goes to 2-2. Look how Morel has stayed in these at-bats. He hasn't gotten in his head, and it's paying off. The 2-2 pitch, chopped foul. After starting off the at-bat behind, he has really gotten ahead against Carlos Jara. Jara 0 for 2 on the day, got hit by a pitch in his last at-bat. Right on the edge of the zone. That's around the same spot where it was ruled Romance struck out the batter before. 3-2. Second straight full count. Morel gets a chopper over to third. Can the baseman make a play? Yes, he can. What a play there from Zach Sperger to get the second out of the inning. The 5-3 putout brings up Miles Castillo with 2 outs on the board, no runners on. Morel has definitely been impressive so far. But with 2 outs, that's where Newark has done a lot of their work today. Sperger not going to get there in time. Had to regain control of the ball before throwing it and couldn't get the throw over to Bentavenga in time. Castillo gets a base hit. The first Morel's given up today. Luke Brissell will step up to the plate. By the way, Miles Castillo just picked up his 4th single of the day. What about that? He's doing his best Luis Arias impression. Now with a runner on first. Pitch catches the zone. Luke Brissell replaced Sam Hines as the catcher. Now pinch hitting for him. It's Brissell's second at bat, and he has worked it quickly to 1-1. Falcon faithful thought that was a strike, thought it clipped the inside of the zone. Right now, Auburn narrowly leading in the hits department, 12-11. A 2-1 count for Brissell. That's a foul ball over by the bullpen. And that'll get away from the right fielder Ambrosio, who can't get into the opposing bullpen. Evening it across the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The Pilots need to start piling on some runs soon if they want to get back into this one. Trailing by 7. They've avoided the mercy rule, it seems. The first to do so against Auburn this year. Pitch outside makes it a full count. So now 3 of the first 4 batters you've seen today, Morel has gotten into a full count. payoff's in. Misses inside, puts runners on both first and second. Burrell walks his first runner of the day. Purcell walked in both of his at-bats. And now Will Webster will come to the plate. 1 for 3 on the day. The U of R product, the University of Rochester, that is. He's going against some guys from Rochester. On the other side here, the Auburn Doubledays, Teddy Monahan's a U of R product, as well as George Farley. So the teammates with some friendly fire here today. Burrell's thrown 22 pitches, had 11 strikes. And that's fouled off by Webster. Auburn's used up 3 pitchers today between William Baker, Tristan Roca, and Jacob Burrell. Newark, on the other hand, has gone through 4. Kyung-Sung Min, Nicholas Nelson, Brolin Haley, and now Lucas Orlovitz. Runners on first and second. That's a crack into right field that'll land fair, scoring at least 1, maybe 2. The throw in by Ambrosio will hold up the runners at second and third, but there's a score from Miles Castillo at home, and Jacob Burrell has given up his first run of the season for the Auburn Doubledays. Runners now on second and third, and Auburn is in some trouble. Jonathan Rodriguez up to bat as the order flips around to the top. Rodriguez doesn't swing there and doesn't get paid for it. 0-1 count. What a time for Will Webster to get his second hit of the day. Struck out in his prior at-bat, then crushes one of the most important hits of the day, putting 2 runners in scoring position with 2 outs. And there's a little blooper that the second baseman, Nacho Gonzalez, can get to, ending the inning and escaping it for Burrell. So the Doubledays give up their 5th run of the game, but stay with a 6-run lead, 11-5, heading into the bottom of the 8th when you return. It's still Lucas Orlovitz on the mound for the Newark Pilots. He's their 4th pitcher of the day as we're back here at the bottom of the 8th inning. The Doubledays have a pinch hitter in for Jaden Madrid. We'll get back to you shortly on who that is there representing the Auburn Doubledays at the plate. But Lucas Orlovitz today has put together a very good performance. Wow, a moon ball into left field. But again, getting too much arc, not going to hit the wall, and the play made by Aiden Davenport. That was Chase Massey, number 7, coming into the game for the Doubledays. And on the first pitch he saw, hitting a fly out to left field. Now Nacho Gonzalez steps up to the plate, made an impressive play his last time out in the field, ending the top of the 8th run that the Pilots were on off that line out. Previously in this game, Nacho Gonzalez was responsible for a 2 RBI single, but now will get out by the second baseman for Newark, Miles Castillo. Teddy Monahan stepping up to the plate. He's had a double, a single, and a walk this game. That last double was an RBI double for the Doubledays. Waves off the first pitch he sees, but that does get called for a strike. Orlovitz, as I mentioned earlier, U of R product, hit that deep into left center field, but it's going to be made by the center fielder Angel Gomez to get out of the inning very quickly. 1-2-3 fashion. Orlovitz puts down the Doubledays. We've got one more inning of baseball as the lights dim here at Falcon Park. Stay tuned for more action coming your way. We've got one more inning of baseball here on the Auburn Doubledays YouTube channel. The Doubledays leading the Pilots 11-5 here in the top of the 9th inning. Angel Gomez, who's been very active out in center field for the Pilots, now up to bat for Newark. He's still going against Jacob Morrell. Morrell gave up 1 run in the 8th, but for the most part kept his cool. First pitch misses high. The Doubledays were hyped up in between innings by a light dim and Fireman by Lil Wayne. Now a 2-0 count. And that pitch right on the edge of the zone. Gomez not happy with the call. Swings at that one. hits it just in fair territory. Bentavenga getting underneath it, putting out Gomez. And the Doubledays get their first out of the inning, 2 away from Fireworks. Connor Wright up to bat. He flew out his last time around. Clips the zone there. Morrell gets ahead 0-1. A chopper just foul down the third base line. So 0-2. Morrell has started off inning strong, but has kind of cooled off later in innings. At least that's what we saw in the 8th. We'll see if he avoids that same plight in the 9th. He gets right to hit one deep, but it looks like it's going to be too far foul for Ambrosio to get to. Thanks for sticking with us as we hit 9:15. Again, Fireworks coming after this game. As that's going to be deep shot into center field. George Farley getting underneath it. I thought that was going to have a bit too much velocity for Farley to get to, but nonetheless, the center fielder gets underneath it. So, one batter between Morrell and Fireworks. No runners on base. 2 outs. Aiden Davenport lets the first one go for a strike. The second pitch. Swung on. Hit to Morrell. He's going to do the dirty work himself. Tosses it over to Bentavenga. That's your third straight Auburn Doubledays win. They're undefeated through 3 games. The Auburn Doubledays win 11-5. The lights dim, and Auburn's going to watch some fireworks here at Falcon Park. Evan, we saw some great performances today from the Auburn Doubledays as the fireworks go ablazing up into the sky. What did you see from Auburn today?
Basically, the reason why the Auburn Doubledays won that game was because of a 6-run inning. That's right, 6 runs in 1 inning. They outscored the Newark Pilots in 1 inning. 11-5 was your final score. Great pitching tonight by your starter, William Baker. They got things going, and the hitting has been hot. All 3 games, the hitting has been hot. They get the win tonight, but it wasn't a run rule. But a win's a win. Beat the New York Pilots by 6. A great night under the heat, under the sun. Excited for some fireworks here at Falcon Park. Doubledays improved to 3-0. They play tomorrow is their next game against the Niagara Falls Americans. And it was a huge win for the Auburn Doubledays to stay undefeated and stay undefeated at home.
Yeah, definitely another big win for Auburn. Funnily enough, it's actually the least amount of runs they've scored all season. After scoring 12 runs in each of the first 2 games, they really fell off a cliff here with just 11. But yes, the Auburn Doubledays 3-0. They'll take on Niagara Falls on the road tomorrow, Geneva on Tuesday, and then we're back here at Falcon Park on Wednesday. That one will also be against Geneva. So the Doubledays' second time hosting the Red Wings when we return here on the Auburn Doubledays YouTube channel. We'll leave the stream on for a bit, but as the fireworks go over Falcon Park. But that's all we've got here today. Alongside Evan Carocchio, I'm Ryan Story saying so long from the Auburn Doubledays YouTube channel.